Fantastic Planet. Based on the 1957 French novel Hommes Entrairis by Stéphane Wu, this experimental masterpiece of independent animation was directed by French writer René Liu and illustrator Roland Topor. The sci-fi surrealist movie takes place on an alien planet of Yam, where humans named Ohms are oppressed by an advanced race of gigantic blue aliens called the Drags. When Tear, an orphaned Ohm kept as a pet since infancy, becomes aware of his reality, he escapes from his drag owner and joins a rebellion of wild humans. Despite the Yam's attempts to exterminate their kind, together the Ohms resist the oppression and violence of the Drags, revolting against their society. In 1973, Fantastic Planet was awarded the Grand Prix Special Jury Prize at Cannes, and it was critically acclaimed for its jarring examination of racism and intolerance. According to an article from Open Oregon, Fantastic Planet serves as an allegory for discrimination and the power dynamics that arise out of fundamental difference. Given that the film's production was during the Soviet invasion of Czechoslovakia in 1968, and that Topor's parents were World War II Jewish refugees, these experiences very well could have contributed to the film's themes on oppression and power. However, what happens when you analyze the film through the history of American slavery? Suddenly, the irony becomes overwhelming, and the similarities become uncanny. This subversion forces the white individual to confront an unsettling reality of how easily your autonomy and rights can be stripped away. Forcing them into the position of the oppressed forces them to reflect on the systems of oppression they participate in, which is a realization not many white people have the awareness to recognize. That is white privilege, after all. There is much debate as to why there are no Ohms of color in this world if they are truly descendants of Earth. Many sci-fi movies are guilty of lacking such black representation. However, I personally respect the choice not to depict people of color in this circumstance. There is no need to represent the traumatic history of slavery for fictional purposes. As a result, the themes of oppression don't become convoluted by insensitive representations of people of color. This subversion of roles allows the black viewer to witness a reality in which they are no longer the oppressed, and I can't help but snicker at the situational irony created from this shift in power dynamics. On the other hand, when the Drags and Ohms are forced to make amends, this movie presents a utopian vision of how such dynamics can come together to create a culture of peace and coexistence. Now, I know as well as everyone else that racism can't be solved overnight, but the equality that such a utopia demands is not too hard a concept to understand after all. Remember, kids, it's not rocket science, it's racism.